Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Faith and Fandom Feedback Friday podcast. Hope you all are doing well and that it's a good morning for you. I am coming to you live, and just a heads up, as I listed in the description, I may have to pause every now and again, but I'll be back. So just know that's the thing. I hope y'all are doing well. Let's jump right into the news. First off, PETA, the animal cruelty people, are petitioning Nintendo to remove the nose ring from the cow in Mario Kart World Tour. They say that nose rings are, symbols of cows being oppressed, and that it's not fair that the cow in Mario Kart has a nose ring. They're not concerned with the danger of a cow operating a motor vehicle or throwing weapons, including turtle shells of probably deceased turtles. But no, that cow wearing a nose ring is definitely a problem. A 10-year-old girl who started playing chess just 5 years ago, so half of her life, when you look at it that way, made chess history by defeating a 60-year-old grand champion, Badhana Sivanandan. Sivanandan, yes, won against Peter Wells, a 60-year-old Grand Master, in the final round of the 2025 British Chess Championship on August 10th. I know that's later news, but as soon as I got it, um, China is officially working on developing a pregnancy robot that is capable of gestating a baby, so that if a child is like needs to be gestated out of a mother, um, let's say premature or other things, that it can actually gestate in a safe manner. AAA Mania or Triple Mania happened last weekend, which was a combination of luchador wrestling in Mexico as well as it's AAA plus WWE. And there was a moment when a giant wrestler named Omos tossed a the luchador Microman, and just that toss got 82 million views all by itself. Toby Nwigwe is releasing his second line of sneakers. And this time it will be the first of his shoe line that actually goes all across ages. So it will cover children's shoes all the way up and include women's shoes. And to model and be the spokesperson for this shoe line is the family of Keith Lee, the TikTok food critic. So that's pretty cool. I love Keith Lee. I love Toby Nwigwe, so it's a nice combo. Spike Lee, legendary director and filmmaker, had made a documentary about former NFL uh, former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick, and uh, ESPN is no longer interested in releasing it, and so it will not come out. Ved Beelzeboy Bam has made history in India by winning the Pokemon Go World Championship in 2025 in Anaheim, California. He defeated Leo Padoman, Marin, in a 3-2 grand final. Um, and he has created the first S tier rank in Pokemon Go. So this dude is literally solo leveling for Pokemon. Um, Sue Bird makes history as she becomes the first WNBA player to ever receive a statue from her own franchise. Congratulations to Sue. If you're a fan of the TV series Supernatural, they are calling for super fans. They're asking for people to share their favorite moments from the series, and they'll do a compilation of it for the upcoming 20th anniversary of the show. This year in the English language, the Oxford, no, the Cambridge Dictionary has officially added the words skibbity, delulu, and luke like LEWK, has been added to the Cambridge Dictionary. Um, in terms of music and Christian culture news, Forrest Frank has now 10 million more monthly listeners than Drake does. Drake averages 135 million monthly listeners. Forrest Frank averages now 145 million monthly listeners. Also, those are impressive numbers. Um, this week, a shadow of Cody Rhodes as Guile from Street Fighter was released on Instagram. Um, it has been stated for a while now that the WWE champion would be playing Guile from Street Fighter, along with Roman Reigns playing Kuma and several other folks in that cast. And we got a picture of the shadow with the headgear. The Demon Slayer night happened at Dodger Stadium with a cute costume Tanjiro running around Dodger Field. Um, do, do, do. So 21 Pilots dropped a new music video this week called Drum Show, which got a lot of notoriety. Tristan, good morning, man. Drum Show got a lot of notoriety because it was the first time Josh, the drummer for 21 Pilots, the other dude in the band, actually sang on a song, which, if you've been to their live show recently, you've seen that Josh has started singing a little bit. Josh sang someone's song, but part of the discussion that came out along with Drum Show, because their first two videos were very low budget, like filmed like parking lot level or small studio for this album. It was announced in a letter on all the socials from Tyler that the video, sorry, this part wasn't announced on the video or the letter. I'll get to that in a second. But Drum Show came out. They put out in the letter that the tour that's coming up that begins in the fall or in just a few weeks will be their last scheduled tour for a while. And that this album took all that they have, and it will the song City Walls. Tristan, it was a great song. The song City Walls will officially end the lore story portion that they've been telling for the last 10 years since the Blurry Face album. And but the City Walls video, which will also release the same day the album drops, will give the story and finish out everything for the lore. Later on last week, in an interview with BBC Radio, Tyler announced that the video for City Walls cost an entire $1 million. That they literally paid $1 million to make this video for City Walls, which is crazy. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Also, looking forward to be heartbroken. Um, there was a TikTok trend that happened a little while ago that taught younger people how to hack ATMs and take money from accounts that they didn't really have. And in less than 3 days, $17 million disappeared from ATMs across New York City, because of the TikTok scam. Now, those people are going to have to pay this junk back, but they were able to take up to $40,000 from different ATMs. It's kind of crazy. Naomi, who as earlier this week was the women's champion in the WWE, stepped down as it was announced that she is pregnant and she's relinquishing her title for that pregnancy. There are Conjuring buckets for the Last Rites movie, which drops on September 5th, featuring the Annabelle doll. One is Annabelle holding a popcorn bucket. Another one, you literally get a doll of Annabelle and eat out of her back. Grand Canyon University, which is one of the nation's largest Christian universities, won a case with the Federal Trade Commission over what was addressed as potentially misleading costs about doctoral studies, and which disputed the nonprofit status. But that's all been cleared up, and Grand Canyon won that situation. Kevin Smith will be taking to the road in stand-up comedy in the near future. And if you're in North Carolina, Kevin Smith will be at Goodnight's Comedy Club in Raleigh, North Carolina, October 24th and 25th. And this is a small comedy club. So if you really care, you're going to want to jump on that real fast. A new Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight game is coming, and it will feature Lego Batman through all the different movie versions of Batman, from the Matt Reeves version to Christopher Nolan stuff to the Burton stuff. You're going to get to play through all of it. This week, Limp Bizkit was in Istanbul, which are statements you don't expect to make in 2025. I'm just saying. Limp Bizkit was in Istanbul, and a drone floated right up to Fred Durst's face while he was performing. He stared it down for a minute and then smacked it out of the air with the microphone, and then they kept singing. So Fred Durst doing Fred Durst things. Three firefighters were injured in North Carolina this week as there was a gas leak in Wilmington, at what appeared to be a GMC car dealership. Um, or near a GMC car dealership, but three firefighters were injured. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Um, the Muppets are officially coming to Broadway, as part of Rob Lake's um, holiday special, at the Broadhurst on Broadway. They'll be there from October to November. And so if you're a fan of the Muppets, you get to actually see the Muppets on Broadway. The CEO for Target is stepping down after 11 years, as sales are continuing to plummet with Target currently. Pastor Che An, from Pasadena, who is best known for co-leading the young adult prayer movement, The Call, alongside Lou Engle, is now announcing that he's going to run for governor of California because he feels God's leading him to. Cruella 2 is reportedly in the works, from Disney, and Disney Plus, starring Emma Stone. In a bit of controversial-ish, Cracker Barrel has officially changed their logo for the first time in 47 years and has automatically been met with vitriol and hatred, and people are really mad. They changed the Cracker Barrel logo. But it's not just the logo. They're going to be changing the store's appearances as well, and they're spending $700 million to do it. And their stock prices are already plummeting after day one of the announcement. Now, I'm sure they'll bounce back, but it was not a good day for the barrel. Um, do, 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 do. I scrolled too fast. Cracker Barrel, here we go. Art Truth, Ron Killings of the WWE fame, dropped a country album called The White Album, and it made it to number 10 on country albums for the Billboard charts. So, congratulations to Art Truth. Um, a district in Indiana had to cancel school on the fifth day of school because someone went and stole all the catalytic converters from the buses. So that's a thing that I guess people are doing. Um, Croatian freediver Vladimir Marcisis, achieved a Guinness World Record this week, by holding his breath underwater for 29 minutes and 3 seconds. Um, the attempt was made possible after he inhaled 10 minutes of pure oxygen, um, which filled his body with extra reserves. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Gengar is coming to Build-A-Bear with a giant size plush that also comes with, I think, snazzy pajamas. But it's going to be a very large Gengar and it's coming to Build-A-Bear. John Cena's retirement match has been announced for December 13th, for Saturday Night Main Event. And I want to say that's no, that's a different thing. But yeah, Saturday night, December 13th, will be John Cena's final WWE match. Pop star Adam Lambert has donated $5 million from tour bonuses to the homeless shelters in Antioch, Tennessee, which is his hometown, um, and is helping do with that. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. This week, Dr. James Dobson of Focus on the Family fame, and I think I had a college textbook by him on counseling, Dr. James Dobson has passed away. Yes. And Ncuti Gatwa, from the Doctor, or the Doctor from Doctor Who, had, his run on Doctor Who left BBC in a bit of question with Disney Plus because they were only technically scheduled for 2 seasons. BBC confirmed this week that the TARDIS is going nowhere. That regardless of whatever happens with Disney Plus and their contract, that they will continue Doctor Who, and it's not dead. K-pop Demon Hunters sing along screenings has already sold out over 1,000 screenings. Um, it will be releasing in 1,700 theaters total, and it's already sold out 1,000 screenings before it even got there. A Lake Tahoe resident got the plague after being bitten by a flea while camping. So the plague is back, and plague-ridden fleas are now a thing. Karen Gillan of Doctor Who and Guardians of the Galaxy fame has now joined Henry Cavill's remake of The Highlander, which will also feature. I mean, there's gonna be a bunch of people in it, but Karen Gillan, Henry Cavill, Highlander, it's going down. Shamik Moore, who voices Miles Morales in the Spider-Verse series, has officially begun recording his lines for Beyond the Spider-Verse. Lil Nas X was arrested after assaulting a police officer, and he was seen walking through a downtown area um, in Studio City, in basically just his underwear, and they believe he had an overdose. So he was arrested, but he was also hospitalized, and they're checking him out. But in one of his most recent interviews, he stated he's had a rough few years. McDonald's is now officially cutting back on their combo prices. They said that they've heard our complaints and they are going to be slicing their combo prices moving forward. The Federal Trade Commission has officially sued um, a key investment group for scalping tickets for Taylor Swift and other artists. And one thing they allegedly say that 49 different accounts were used to purchase 273 Taylor Swift tickets, violating ticketing rules. Radioactive isotope cesium 137, or CS 137, has been detected in shrimp from Walmart sold under the Great Value brand. So not just shrimp at Walmart. Walmart shrimp are being warned that there's a radioactive isotope being involved in it. There is a video game coming out a little bit later from now called High on Life 2. And in High on Life 2, you will be able to play the 1991 NES game Bible Adventures, which was a real NES Bible video game. But you'll be able to play the entire game inside High on Life 2. Fanta has joined with the horror movie world to release a series of cans commemorating different horror movie institutions such as Chucky, Black Phone, and different things. So if you're a horror movie fan, you're going to be able to find Horror Fanta coming out this fall. Lego's officially releasing a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory set. It has 2,025 pieces, 9 minifigures, and you basically build the whole chocolate factory. So that's totally coming. In reports, and I'm still not certain on this, but I'm going to say it because it's from a trusted source. Um, Frodo and Gandalf, that we know, will be returning in The Hunt for Gollum with Elijah Wood and Ian McKellen taking the roles. The folks that make the Spider-Verse franchise, this movies, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, are going to be taking on the Archie world and making an Archie animated movie. Um, a federal judge has officially ordered that no more immigrants can be sent to Alligator Alcatraz, and that the detention center can be shut down for now. Don't know when that's actually happening, but that order is being placed. The world's oldest living person today is celebrating 116 years of life. Ethel Catherine, who was born in 1909, said that her secret to her longevity has been in part to having a positive mental attitude, say yes to every opportunity because you never know what it will lead to. And she's made it to 116 years, and I really hope that Lecrae gives her like a sponsorship deal or something for that. Mariah Carey will be getting her Moon Man this year as she receives the Video Vanguard Award from MTV, even though MTV doesn't make music videos anymore. But it's cool, whatever. But Mariah Carey will get her MTV Lifetime Achievement Award. Millie Bobby Brown and her husband, Jake Bon Jovi, have adopted their first child. Um, it's crazy that 11 has gotten married and adopted a kid between season 4 and 5 of Stranger Things, but it's whatever. Eric Menendez was denied bail or denied parole in his hearing that took place 36 years after killing his parents. Um, a study has shown that watching short-term videos like TikTok and Reels can damage your mental health, um, impair your attention span, your sleep, and your mental health, as well as increase depression. So be cautious with that. If you remember, there was the whole thing that we talked about last week with Frankenstein rabbits. Well, now it has moved on to squirrels and deer, as the different animals are showing skin distortions that are contagious. So be cautious with apparently all the animals now because it's terrifying. Um, Sabrina Steffens, a young lady in Buffalo, New York, won a case where, if you're aware, it's a thing now in our culture where high school seniors can pay money to designate and paint their parking spots for their senior year. Well, Sabrina Steffens wanted to do something with a Bible verse on hers, and her school told her no, that she couldn't do that. And the First Liberty Institute stepped in and they won the case. She gets to put her Bible verse in. And now she got a platform from it. Um, 2,100 people were baptized last week in Pirates Cove, North Newport Beach, California. Um, It's part of the third annual Jesus Revolution baptism of people getting baptized together. And total in the 3 years they've done it, 8,600 people have been baptized here in this location. Reality TV has taken a kind of a sick twist to its gimmicks of dating shows. Um, with a new Hulu dating series called Are You My First, where the concept is that all of the contestants are virgins. It's as gross and weird as it sounds. Um, yep. A new study is showing that church involvement will improve mental health. Um, that it's stating that out of people polled, churchgoers report nearly 40% lower stress levels, loneliness drops by about 20%, and their sense of future climbs roughly by about 20% as well. Their sense of hope for the future climbs between 20 and 40% as well. It's also paired with numbers that Bible reading also makes a huge difference in people in mental health and encouragement. So, surprise, if you weren't aware. The Office spinoff The Paper will officially now drop all 10 episodes on September 4th when it premieres. So if you're a fan of The Office, um, give its sequel series a chance. The Farm never happened, but now we get The Paper with Oscar. So um, it'll drop on Peacock September 4th, all 10 episodes. And I believe that's the news. I don't have a ton, and just because I'm sure you're aware and everything, I'm actually broadcasting from a hospital right now. I'm okay. I had some issues that were concerning come up, and I needed to get some tests, and it's taken a little while to get the tests done. I should be leaving this afternoon, but I wanted to try and keep um, the streak alive and show up for y'all because you show up for me. Shout out to Kelly for coming to visit me yesterday, and I haven't really announced anybody I'm in the hospital either. Um, so I might not say anything past this video. So if y'all ain't watching, you missing out. Let's do our Bible reading. Uh, fist for Old Testament, paper for New Testament, and no, wait, fist for Old Testament, uh, scissors for New Testament, and paper for the whole Bible. I'm taking it easy, and trust me, I've been like monitoring, and it's not like this wasn't an overrun thing. This is more just like my body doing funky things, and I'm trying to see how to stop it. But I've had a million tests, and my body is healthier than I anticipated. So cheers. Let's see what we're doing. That was a bad roll. Hold on. All right, whole Bible. But thank you for the prayers. I appreciate y'all greatly. All right, we're doing the whole Bible, so we need three D20s. I'm trying not to make a mess of you. There's three D20s, and I need a D10. Good morning, Brent. There's a D10. All right, so let's see what we're doing. Thank you, Tristan. 8 plus 2 plus 2. Good grief. Plus 4. That is like the lowest roll ever. Well, not really, but so uh 4 plus 8 is 12 plus well, we're just gonna take that for we're in the 12th book of the Bible. Okie dokie. Some super Old Testament, like street dated. Oh, okay. 12th book of the Bible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Second Kings. A lot of Second Kings. I realize that. Second Kings chapter 25 or Second Kings there's up to 25, so we're gonna roll this D20 and a D10 and see what we can land on. 16 plus 8 minus 2 is 16 plus 8 is 24 minus 2. We're gonna do 22. All right, Second Kings 22. The book of the law found. Judah was 8 years old, or Josiah was 8 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 31 years. His mother's name was Jedediah, daughter of Adadai. She was born from Bozkath, and he did what was right in the eyes of the Lord and followed completely the ways of his father David, not turning aside to the right or the left. And y'all, that's about as big as of a thing as you could ever hope for to have your name dropped in the Bible. And it says you followed the Lord completely. Goals. Um, in his 18th year of his reign, King Josiah sent the secretary of Shaphan, Azaliah, the son of Meshullam, to the temple of the Lord. He said, "Go up to Hilkiah, the high priest, and have him read or get ready the money that has been brought into the temple of the Lord, with the doorkeepers have collected from the people." That's like there you actually had a cover charge to get into the temple. Hmm. Entrust it to the men appointed to supervise the work on the temple, and have these men pay the workers who repair the temple of the Lord. The carpenters, the builders, and the masons also have them purchase timber and dressed stone to repair the temple, but they need not account for the money entrusted to them because they are honest in their dealings. Also, another thing that you don't need people to check you because you're being honest. Hilkiah the high priest said to Shaphan the secretary, "I have found the book of the law in the temple of the Lord." He gave it to Shaphan, who read it. Then Shaphan the secretary went to the king and reported to him, "Your officials have paid out the money, and it was that was in the temple of the Lord, and have entrusted it to the workers and supervisors of the temple." Then Shaphan the secretary informed the king, "Hilkiah the priest has given me a book." And Shaphan read from it in the presence of the king. When the king heard the words of the book of the law, he tore his robes. He gave these orders to Hilkiah the priest, Achim the son of Shaphan, Akbar the son of Micah, and Shaphan the secretary of Isaiah, the king's attendant. Go and inquire of the Lord for me, for the people and all of Judah, about what is written in this book that has been found. Great is the Lord's anger that burns against us because of those who have gone before us, who have not obeyed the words of this book. They have not acted in accordance with all that is written there concerning us. Hilkiah the priest, Achim, Aber, Akbar, Shaphan, and Isaiah went to speak to the prophet Huldah, who who was the wife of Shallum, the son of Tikva, holy cow, the son of Harhas, keeper of the wardrobe. She lived in Jerusalem in the new quarter. She said to them, "This is what the Lord God of Israel says. Tell the man who sent you to me, this is what the Lord says. I am going to bring disaster on this place and its people according to everything written in the book and the king of Judah has read, because they have forsaken me and burned incense." Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. Um, Trying to hold it down, y'all. Um, let's see. Incense other gods and arouse my anger by all the idols they have made. My anger will burn against this place and will not be quenched. Tell the king of Judah who sent you to inquire of the Lord. This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says concerning the words you heard. Because your heart was responsive and you humbled yourself before the Lord, when you heard what I have spoken against this place and its people, that they would become a curse and be laid waste, because you tore your robes and wept in my presence, I also have heard you, declares the Lord. I will gather you to your ancestors, and you will be buried in peace. Your eyes will not see all this disaster I am going to bring on this place. So they took this answer back to the king. Yeah, Tristan, I muted it because a nurse walked in. You got me there, right? Yeah, okay. Um, and Tristan said, "I just watched the latest episode of Dan to Dan. It was fantastic. I will probably watch it shortly after this. But I just love the fact that when God's still going to hold these people accountable, and He says, "But I saw you individually and saw that you were responsive, and that um, even when everything else is going on, when our hearts are responsive to God, He's going to show up for us. Doesn't mean we're going to be completely free of consequence, but He'll be there." But yeah, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and bounce out of here because stuff's going on. But I want to take a moment to thank all of our Patreon supporters. Jackie Kraft, Kelly Townsend, Alan Wallace, Fab Quack, Rivka and Tristan Birch, Dorothy Martin Winston, Michelle Stewart, Lynn Turner, David Brooks, Jeff Weimer, Colin Sproles, Jamie Montgomery, Matthew Coleman, Jonathan Herman, Ron Petit, Gear Saber Cosplay, and I'm sorry, I said Matthew Coleman. That's supposed to be the Coleman family. My bad. Um, Gear Saber Cosplay, Scott Ward, Alicia Glenn, Jay Sheed, Jason Crutchfield, Mike Perna, Todd Turner, John Jacobs, Zach Harris, Caleb Grimm, Jeanette Skaggs, Jason Bullock, Christina Ray, Sarah Lewis, Patrick Gale, Rebecca Godlove, and Adam Davis. Thank you all for taking the time to be part of this, to be encouragements, and to be all that you are and what you do. Um, I'm going to be at Wake Forest Comic Con in Wake Forest, North Carolina tomorrow. And yeah, I hope y'all are doing good. I really do hope to see you at a Comic Con real soon. Yeah, I can't wait to do life with you too on Sunday, Kelly. We're gonna have a good day. But thank y'all for being the encouragements that you are. I've been asking you for a little while to pray for me on medical stuff, so keep going. And thank you. and I truly treasure every bit of it. And I hope y'all have a great day. See you later.